Hey, welcome back. This is Alex from Repo channel. If you are interested in Astro and WordPress, this is a series that you should follow. In the last video, we left incomplete the blog. So we are going to try to show the blog post that we are creating on the backend for the WordPress. So let's join us and let's complete it right now. Okay, so in our last video, we left the application in a state where we were able to just bring the post, the images, but we were not able to set up the URL for the post. So what happened over here is that, for example, if I click on this post, you will see that it's not going to work because it is going to say, hey, index, whatever, is not working. So I decided to go over this and let's figure out what we can do. So for this, we will need then to set up and get the slug of the post and try to make a query to our GraphQL application with the ID using the slug, because we don't have anything else, you know. I mean, we can maybe try to use an params and try to send the ID, etc. But I think that the easier way is just to simply use the slug for it. So for that, I have already hit the code. And the first thing that we need to understand is that Astro is built just in memory for a render application, so it will be like a more static application. So when I was trying to figure out this for this video, I understood and found that there is a config that we need to add to the application, just to be sure that anytime that it reloads, it really try to use the variables that it has, not just a simply HTML. We maybe gonna be making another video just using like a static content. It's a little bit more complicated. I can of course make a video for you about it, but for now we are going to just simply use this simple version. So the best way to work in that way is just to have the whole URL system that the system has, but in a big application, it could be a little bit larger. But I mean, just for this video, I'm gonna have just simply set up what it needs. So for that, we are going to go to the Astro config file, and I'm going to add a simple config over here called output. So I'm gonna show you this. I can then simply use one of the values over here. So you can see here that this file is called slug.astro. Okay, so the dynamic routes on Astro, you can pass a parameter using the system. So for example, so if I have something like a page, so this is routing system. So as you can see that if you do, for example, source pages is index, that will be the index of the file. If you do pages about, it will be about. It will be about under whatever is good. It's going to use the file. So pages post 1, it will be this URL. So for that, for example, if we use this option, source pages outer.astro, outer is going to be our value. So what we need to, so we can, for example, use this to get the slug of the URL of the post, and then that slug we are gonna use it to just make our request. So for that, I'm going to then go here. This is the index block, which is the main block page, which will be this, okay? And I'm gonna then say, hey, you know what? I don't want the URI, I want the slug. So I do this, and I'm gonna change this for the slug over here. So if I do this, I need to keep the same slash structure over the directories that I have over here. So in this case, I need to add the block URL. So it will be whatever URL block, blah, 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 blah. Okay. So let's see how it works. I mean, you maybe have noticed that my pages are loading not that fast. I made I researched about it, but I think it's because of my local environment, and maybe it is a little bit slow, or I don't know if it's a slow memory, but I deployed this version in another application and it was working pretty fast. So for sure, don't worry about it. If you see any delay on the video, I mean, it's just a simple glitch on my local environment. I'm gonna try to figure out that using a Docker environment, but that will be another video. Okay, cool. So we have this, and now you can see that we have blocked this. This is the post of Astro, and it's going to say, hey, you know what? So what happened now? So it goes here to the block slug Astro, and it's trying to render this. Okay, so to get a static paths, it's a the system as how Astro is trying to get all the information that it has a static already. So for that, we are not, as we made this a small change over here, we do not gonna need this function. So I'm gonna just simply comment it, but leave it. We can use it later. This also is not gonna be used. And for now, you only have the blog post, which it will be the the layout. Remember that the layout is how you encapsulate the content. I'm going to show you exactly what's that over here. So you can see there's a blog post here, and you can then use all this HTML. You look at it, it has the body, it has the render. I mean, Astro looks pretty similar as any Vue or React application you have any experience with. Well, it's more or less the same, but Astro, it's a little bit more agnostic. We are going to see that later, using other kind of components, which is a pretty cool part about it. But you can see that I have then a format date, and I have a title over here, and it should, you see that here is a slot. So the slot is exactly what's gonna be here on the content. So we're gonna say, hey, this is that slot. Okay? Maybe it's not gonna, I mean, I'm just gonna try to, let's see, maybe we're gonna have some issues here. I'm gonna just add a comment over here, 1 sec, so we can just simply see the comment, and let's see if it works. So the comment here, and here, there you go. Let's see if it works. So this is a lot. That's it. Now it's rendering. Cool. So the render system is working. Now we need to figure out the rest. Okay, perfect. Cool, great. So we have the info here. We have all the layout here. And now we need to use the slug that we have. And using the slug, I'm gonna see one thing here. 1 sec. I already have this here. Okay. So I'm gonna show you this over here. Boom, boom, boom. Okay, cool. Perfect. So there you go. Okay, so we are here from the Astro slug. And remember that I'm going to do the console, the slug, 8 breakboulders. So if I do here, it's gonna tell me that it's a string. I think it's because of the other. Let me keep the comment here. Yeah, that's gonna give it. There you go. Cool, perfect. So you can see 8 breakboulders over here, and I am going to then say, okay, give me the slug. So how I get the slug? Well, the slug is exactly the name that we have over here. If I change this to, I don't know, post or authors or books or whatever, the value is going to be Astro that props slug. Let's see if it works. There we go. And I want to Okay, it's not printing. So one sec. It is okay. Is it packed? Sorry for it. So what are the params? So the URL is gonna have like several values that you can add over there, and you can set up the params that you need for, So you remember, I don't know if you have watch any application that has like a small question mark like this, and it's a value like user ID 1. Okay, so this value is being passed over here with the value of the variable called slug. So if I do Astro params slug, I can get the value of the slug that I have. Cool. So with that info, I can then start to make my request. So for that, I already have my GraphQL over here, and I can say, I have the value here. So I can say, hey, give me the value of the post, and it will be post in the ID type slug. Where did I get this? Well, I got it in the GraphQL application, WP GraphQL documentation. So what it is, you can filter a post by the ID, by the post ID that you have, but you can also do it over here by the ID type slug. So you have like several ways that you can simply get the value and just simply send it. Okay, so in this case, I'm going to here. Where is it? Okay, here. So I'm gonna say, hey, this is the post ID, whatever, with the ID type slug. Bring me the ID, bring me the database ID, the title, URI, slug, date, and the update. This. We'll see. And I can then, let's wait, my local environment is not that great, but let's see. There you go. Okay, I have the title, the URL, the slug, and the 10. Let's going to add, for example, the content. And I can bring the content over here. That's great. Okay, cool. So I can just simply take this, paste it here. I'm going to use our old version in the last video that we had. So we have here this. So we have the response, and we have post. And I'm going to just simply change the query for this. I'm going to add this indentation and an indentation freaky, and let's see what the info that we have. So we can just simply say, hey, you know what, just print the post here. Let's see if it printed. Has been declared. Okay, yeah, this is not necessarily over here. So I have the values. Let's see. Okay, sorry. I have this copied again, so I have to eliminate it here. And it's then bringing the information. Let's see what it got. There you go. We have the info here. Correct. Okay, cool. What we do with that? We need to pass this information to the blog post layout. So with the blog post layout, we have, this is of course an example. This is the basic Astro version, but what we were gonna need is just to make it better with a better template. If you keep attached to, if you keep in contact with our videos, you will see that in the next videos I'm gonna just try to use a better template than this. This is just a for the example. Okay, so we're gonna try to make a full refactor of the application, just using a real template for a blog. But for the basic example, just to try to just make the dynamic routes and also the post. This is how I'm doing it. So now I can uncomment this. let's see here. And we can try to make this. Let's see if it loads. I don't think so. Yeah, it's not gonna work. Why it's not gonna work? Because it is trying to pass to this component formatted date, a value. So this value is a date. So what values are we passing? Okay, so when I pass this post data, right, it's going to be the value of it, right, and the data value. So all this object is what we are passing over here, okay? So we need to change that because that's the information that is bringing over here to this thing. So you can see all these props. The props are the props of the component itself. Okay, so we are gonna need this and also this. And so what are the values that we are passing? We are passing data, post, and whatever. So in this case, it will be then post title. Well, let's do it better. So we need to pass the post data, post, and that's it. So we have the title, we have the slug, etc., etc., etc. I'm gonna change this name, which it will be easier for us to look at it. So it will be post data. That's it. So we have post data. So it will be the post data, the data, and the post. And it will be the object that we have over here. So that object is passed here, okay? And we have then title. We have feature. Oh, we don't have the feature image yet. One sec. Let me copy it from here. So I'm gonna then use this and pass it here. Look, I already have it, and there you go. So we are going to try to bring the featured image. Okay. So if we have a hero image that is not gonna call hero image, it's going to be feature image. And we have it as a node media URL, right? Yeah, this is exactly what we have here. Cool. So we have node feed. That's the source that we have for the image. Okay. So if it exists, then print it. Okay. And what about the date? So we have here pop date, which is the example that it has, but we only have the value date. Okay. And we also have here, so query composer, we have the post and the modified value. So the modifier is going to give us the last updated moment that this post was, this date. So we are going to then add it here. Modified and modify it here. And let's see if it works. Updated date. Now we just need these 4 values over here. Cool. So let's see what happens. It should give us an error that says a description. It doesn't exist. Okay, we don't need description right now. We can use it later, but for now that's okay. So let's reload again. Let's see what happens. Come on. And now we have the pop date. One sec. Sorry for. Yeah, pop date is going to be date, and here is going to be modified. So let's see if it works. You can reload. And date ISO string. So it means that this value is not working over the format date. So let's see what it is. And it says, okay, date is like ISO string. So the reason that it's not working is because we are passing a string. So we need to pass a date value. So that's it. So we can do then here on the blog post. we can do then something like this. So we can add a const that it will be date value, and it will be then new date with the string date that we are passed. Okay, so the same, it will be then modified. One sec, modified date value, and it will be modified. There you go. Okay, so we are past then the date value for the value that it was created, and modify the value for the value that was modified. So let's see if it rendered. Let's see how it works. There you go. We have then this is the post for Astro, which is the title. This is the content for, and this is also the image for. Okay, cool. So if I do a change over here, and let's see here, this is the post for Astro. This is this one, and we are not printing the content here, so we can go here and say post data content. Yeah, there we go. So if I reload this, let's see what happens. It should print pasta carbonara for the space. Data post. There we go. That's it. Let's see if it works. Oh, so what's this? Okay, so if we can see, we are bringing a string version of the HTML. So we need to set up that just to print a real HTML. How we can do that? So there is an Astro function that can allow us to bring a fragment of HTML, you know, so it's gonna print a raw HTML. So for that, we are going just to simply say, hey, super print.if here, the set HTML, this is like that, two, and it will be something like this. So I'm gonna say, hey, on this HTML tag, please print it in raw. And let's see how I print it. There you go. And it's pasta carbonara. If I do a change, for example, just adding a bold here, if I update it, and if I reload this, there you go. And that's it. So we have created then our small block. Of course, this is not the last video of it, so don't worry about it. So we have the block list over here. We can then go over the, oh, sorry. I did this for the Astro, but here there's a trick. So this is a trick for it. So we have the slug. Where's slug? So it should be then here. Let's see. Astro params slug. Let's see. And if I click here, it should print the Batman version. Yep, that's it. Now, what about the other ones? Let's see. And now this Superman is great. Test GraphQL, and let's see if it prints the Superman. There you go. That's it. In the upcoming videos, I'm going to add more things to this Astro. You can follow this code on the GitHub repo. Remember, if you have any question, if you have any comment, it really helps us just to spread the information. If you think this video is valuable, just share it. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.